What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast. It is great to be back with you again today. I am so excited for our guest today. I've been pumped. I actually, when I made this Zoom appointment, I actually put her name in it with about 1,000 exclamation points because I get to talk to this person all the time, and she's one of my favorite people in the entire world. And we are going to be celebrating an amazing success story today of her making $60,000 in a single month, and a lot of that coming from her membership site. Nikki Roush, how you doing, friend?
I am doing so good. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with both of you.
Let's talk about some big success stories, because you've had success after success after success. Like I've walked this path with you now for like, what has it been like? I think November of 2018. Is that when you?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Something like that. I don't know. Whenever we started working one-on-one, like in Boxer and stuff, like it's been a long time. But I've just watched you crush every single task over and over and over again. But you had an incredible success back in February of this year in 2020. So I'm gonna turn this over to you. I want you to tell everybody, like, what the catalyst was.
Well, first of all, what do you do?
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's a really good point. All right. So tell everybody a little bit about you, your background, and what you do, and the books you write, and what you actually teach.
So I'm a sales coach and trainer and now podcaster. And my background is I have 25 years of sales experience. And I also am a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, which, if that's a new term to anybody listening, it's essentially the study of communication. And when I started my business in 2013, it was really from meeting amazing entrepreneurs that I found were really struggling to make money in their business. And oftentimes it was because they didn't understand the sales process. And I'd been selling for so long that it's like when you start doing something for so long, it starts to feel like second nature. And I realized actually through this process that I do have the ability to teach and break things down into structure. So now that's what I do is I teach entrepreneurs how to walk people through the sales process. And I have a 5-step approach to it. I call the Selling Staircase, which was my third book that I just launched this last summer. That's what I do. Teach sales.
And historically, though, you were doing this a lot of like one-on-one or in-person training. Like that's kind of how your business was before you got into the community, right?
Oh, totally. My business was one-on-one. And then I would, every once in a while, I'd teach a workshop or teach a course that might be like a 5-week course. But yeah, the concept of membership, it really never occurred to me until I started listening to your podcast.
Yeah. So you were doing a lot of time for dollars type of work.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, because this is your story is you have so many cool like wins, right? Like, let's talk about February, and then we'll go back in time. Okay. All right. So the only preface you need to know is Nikki's got a membership now. We're going to talk about that later, but she's got a membership. So February, you had a little catalyst, right? You had an expense, and I might have been a part of this. Right. But like, so we were having a conversation, and take it from there and tell me what happened.
Okay. So because I've coached with you on Voxer, you had sent me something on Voxer that completely blew my mind. And I was like, Shane, this is amazing. People will pay you thousands of dollars to learn this. Like, this should be your high-end offer. And you said, will you pay me thousands of dollars if I put on a mastermind? And I was like, yes, I will. And I think you even asked me, how much would you pay? And I was like, well, I'll pay you $5,000 right now. And then you're like, would you pay me 10? And I was like, well, I might have to think about 10, but let me know. And
hey, you got to ask, right? Like,
right,
you gotta
which
ask.
I love. I love that about you, right? I love this ability. I love sales, and I love sales conversations. And I actually like to be sold to when it's done in an authentic like way about, there's a care and you understand the need and all of that. So,
and especially if you're being sold something that has massive value, like it sounds crazy. Like when we were having this conversation, 1, I hadn't even thought of this being a product. 2, nothing existed. And 3, when you said 5,000, I was like, well, maybe it's worth 10. And because I was thinking about the ROI, I was like, well, if you do this, it's going to make you more than 5 back, right? Like that's what we were thinking,
Yeah, and
which honestly, is easy to say until you part with the money, right? Then you're like, oh crap.
And honestly, the end product where we threw in a bunch of bonuses, it ended up being worth a lot more than that. I think.
Way more.
All right. So anyway, long story short, I whip up a sales page. I mean, I literally
Like,
got off the
in
Voxer
one day.
I just whipped up
Maybe
a little
1 hour.
an order form and I sent it to you. And I was like, if you buy this, like, if you vote with your wallet, I will sell this. I'll put 15 other business owners in the room. We will meet in Florida and I will teach this whole thing from beginning to end. Because I had just shown you like 1/10 of 100th of the product, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The thing that blew your mind. So what did you do?
So I paid it, and then I started to kind of panic because I hadn't budgeted for this business expense. I was like, oh my gosh. So then I was like, Jane, I gotta figure out how to earn this money back. Like, I gotta do something.
Well, because you have somebody in your business who kind of like looks over your shoulder about stuff like that, right?
Oh, my CFO, I didn't even tell her that I was spending this money. And then I was like, oh my gosh, now I have to go to my CFO. And like, because usually I just, it's not like she decides what I spend money on, but we talk about it and she helps me make better strategic decisions because I like to be sold. So I'm kind of an easy sell if it's something of massive value, right? But sometimes she goes like, slow your roll, sister. Like, you don't need to spend so much money so fast.
Do you think she would have told you to slow your roll in that conversation if you had told her first?
She might have made me think a little bit more about it. Although I will say, because we talk about my expense of working with you, like it's come up multiple conversations. And I tell her, look, Shane and I had one conversation this month, and this is how much money it made me. And I'm like, even if I only talk to Shane once a month, it always pays for itself. So she's a fan also now because
I would have got away with this one's what you're saying. Basically.
You probably would have got away, because it was you.
What a weird, surreal moment too, because like this is hilarious because I'm like, would you buy it? And you're like, I'd buy it. How much would you give me? $5,000. Prove it. Here's an order form. Here's $5,000. Shane, how do I make $5,000 back? That's exactly. I'm telling you, it's like I could probably go somehow edit all the. I bet I still have the messages. I could go back and look, and maybe I can edit them into a bonus opt-in for this podcast of that conversation. But like, it was crazy, but we did. So like, I had actually just written the membership masters for the month we were talking, which maybe it was January or February. I don't even remember. But like I hadn't published it yet. It hadn't been sent, whatever I was working on. Yeah. But I was like, hey, I know exactly how you can make this back. I'm not mailing it out. I've not mailed it out yet, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is. So tell everybody what we threw together and what happened.
So you explained to me how I needed to sell some lifetime memberships. And that was how I was going to make my money back. And you kind of walked me through the process, which is exactly what you teach in the Membership Masters. And so I just remember like going to bed that night, laying in bed in the middle of the night, trying to figure out like, can I turn this off? Like, can I just do this? Like, I've never offered lifetime membership ever. I didn't know what to do, but you just like laying it out the way it's laid out in Membership Masters. That was it. So within 2 days, I had my offer out, and within the first 2 days of the offer being out, I made back my $5,000. So I was like, whew, okay, made back my $5,000. And then within, I think 4 days, I had tripled my investment. And then ultimately within about 7 or 8 days, I had made $47,000.
That is,
oh man, that's amazing.
Pretty incredible.
That's when you spend 5 and you make 47 back within a week.
I would say that's a good
return
on investment.
That's a pretty good ROI. You can't do that in the stock market right now. I'll tell you that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my CFO loves you. Like, there's no doubt about, because she was like, what? I was like, this is Shane. This is
what I do. Yeah. And then the whole month that month though, like counting all your other members and all of your sales stuff and everything, like you made like 60 grand or something, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. It was actually more than 60 grand. Best month I've had in my business. It was incredible. And there were so many things that, it's just following the structure that you give. I'm so
glad that you came on here, and we're just so proud of you. And like, I am honored to be a part of your journey, and Jocelyn feels the same way. And thank you for sharing that, because I think this is going to really inspire people of like what's possible. And I love that it's brick by brick. I don't like stories of people who are like, I did one thing and 5 minutes later I made all the money. Like, okay, well, do it again, right? But you have been literally laying the bricks and the foundation of this for a year and a half now. It's starting to really explode, and these big, bold dreams are starting to emerge from what you've created. And you are truly, like, for me, one of the most inspirational people inside of our community, and we're thankful that you shared with everybody today.
Thank you for having me, and thank you to both of you for the impact that you have made in my life. I'm so grateful.
Hey, you listened to Nikki's success story today, and we would love for you to be our next success story and maybe even feature you on the Flipped Lifestyle podcast. All of our guests come directly from success stories that are posted inside of the Flip Your Life community. If you would like a free month inside of the Flip Your Life community, all you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free, and we will give you 30 days inside of the community. Instant access, full membership. You get to come to every member call next month. You get to watch all of our training courses. And of course, you get access to the Flip Your Life community forums where you can hang out with hundreds of other family-focused entrepreneurs online, building membership sites together. That's flippedlifestyle.com/free. We would love to see you inside. We'd love to see you at the next member call. And we would love to help you start a membership that could flip your life and change your family's future.